Claremore pastor Kendrick Oakley pled guilty in Tulsa County Court Monday morning. Guilty to all 12 counts, assault with intent to commit a felony, and 11 counts of peeping Tom. Oakley was sentenced to 2 years behind bars and 3 years of probation. He is also required to register as a sex offender. Lauren Crudup, supervisor for Tulsa County's Special Victims Unit, says getting him to register for his crimes was their primary goal.
It is important for us to know who our community leaders are, who's on school boards, who's in churches, and various other things. The point of the Sex Offender Registration Act is to notify and to let people know who are perpetrators in the community, and we did just that with this plea.
It's been nearly a year and a half since Oakley followed a woman around a Hobby Lobby, court documents show, and tried to take photos up her skirt. Count 1, which was initially sexual battery, was amended to assault with intent to commit a felony. Crudup says initially the case was filed as a misdemeanor,
which would not have been a felony conviction, would not have meant prison time, and would not have meant sex offender registration. By changing and going through his phone and doing very other aspects of this case, we're able to get that felony conviction, that registration as a sex offender, and going to prison for this, which is a huge win.
Oakley will have to pay fines and victim compensation fees as well. All of this a part of his plea agreement. Oakley was taken into custody soon after entering his plea.
I think there is some level of accountability that was displayed by Mr. Oakley here, which we certainly can appreciate. But this is a great outcome for this case.
Steph Manchin, 2 News, Oklahoma.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 3, verse 11. The heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon the Lord, and say, Is not the Lord among us? None evil shall come upon us. Call Holayam La, Al-Banawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakat, Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Micah chapter 3, verse 11. The heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon the Lord and say, Is not the Lord among us? None evil shall come upon us. And these are the so-called prophets, priests, teachers of this captivity, this society, which they only divine deceitful, fraudulent lies in their indoctrination, which is really Edomite supremacy, but as the world knows, white supremacy. And the main concept of the churches in this captivity is to leave your mind polluted, to be infiltrated with the will and agenda of the enemy. And that's to keep you in a completely zombie-like mindset. Now, this is considered normal in this society for these pastors, these preachers, these reverends, these deacons to do things like this, man. Okay, because the only thing they want to accomplish is a certain type of tax bracket, because that 501c3 charter leaves them tax exempt. So they believe that they can do anything in society and get away with it. Okay, it's a great abundance of adultery, in these harlot houses. And again, this is supposed to be a man of the Lord that's going to a convenience store. I can't remember. I think it was I don't know if it was a convenience store or actual clothing store, but him stalking a woman and attempting to take pictures of her, reproductive organ, man. Trying to get photographs of her, more than likely to pleasure himself or whatever the case may be, man. But you don't see other so-called wacky-tacky slave plantation Christians condemning stuff like this, man. How come VOCAB or any of his street apologists are not condemning this type of act, man? Because it is not going to get reviews, likes, It's not going to get no what is that on YouTube super chat, you know, for them to condemn their own, man. And you know, look at the spirit on this damn devil, man. And you know, this is Jake. And you know, I've done other videos too. They shown you know, the corruptible, diabolical, disgusting Edomite pastors do things, but you know, you don't see these wacky tacky street apologists speaking about this, man. Everybody wants to go against the Israelites, but nobody wants to go against the true root of the problem, man. Okay, which is Edomite supremacy, aka the so-called church, which is one concept of this man's stronghold amongst you Jakes, man. Okay, because they're not judging and speaking the doctrine, the Hobby Lobby, Slack. That's what with the Hobby Lobby, a convenience store, you know, with a lot of stuff in it. So you know, they're not telling you the truth. They're not warning you. They're not breaking down the prophecies. They're not doing what the Lord set up the prophets to do, man. These are imposters, man. And you Israelites that indulge and partake in these things, man, you're gonna be judged, man. You're gonna be condemned, man. Because you handing the words of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai deceitfully, man. But you see what's going on. And again, this is a normal thing, man. But these pastors, these preachers, these deacons, these reverends, they handle the words of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai deceitfully, man. They're not honest up front. They don't give you the truth. They don't warn you. They don't condemn the condition and the ways of Babylon the Great. They embrace it, and they tell you that you can do whatever you want. You know, you can you have a license to sin. You know, and they basically preach and teach that all you have to do is pay your tithes and say that you're saved by the blood of Yahweh Salaki JC. Okay? This is 2 Corinthians 4 verse 1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, we have received mercy, we faint not. So, you know, the true prophets have been given the understanding, and the seals have been unlocked, and the true men have been risen up to be able to profess these things to you, man. So in these days right now, you're getting the truth. But when you go to these 501c3 slave plantation churches, you're being led astray. You're being pushed towards your demise, your judgment, man. Because, you know, we know that this is mercy for us to have the ministry. And also, too, we understand that Yahweh Shai had to die for us to get this truth. And again, this is a prime example to show you that the Lord is not dealing with these people, man. You know, the Lord is not dealing with these people, man. Okay? Verse 2. But have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, because, you know, again, we're not dishonest. We're truthful and upfront. We don't hold back nothing from you. We give you all, the bitter, the sweet, the lamentations, the woe, the comfort, the promises. We break the prophecies. We break everything down to you, man. But, you know, these wacky tacky Christians, they tell you lies. They tell you deceits, man. And while they're, you know, off the clock, they're doing stuff like this, man. You know, they're doing stuff like this. And again, amongst other things, too. And, you know, but, you know, you don't want to hear regular men that the Lord have given his secrets to, but you know, when it comes to Drewski or somebody else doing a fucking skit, yo, yeah, he exposed a lot. He did this. He ain't do a damn thing, man. Okay, he ain't doing nothing. What is he telling you? What the mark of the beast is? Is he telling you the true name of the Father and the Son? Is he telling you the nationalities of all these people on the earth? Is he telling you that you're Israelites? No. He's a court jester. Okay? And amongst these other so-called people in these churches, man, they're deceivers, man. But again, somebody has to do these it's like somebody has to play the role in these positions, man. Okay? 2 Corinthians 4 verse 2, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in the craftiness. And they're crafty because they make you feel good. They tell you, you know, you got that wicked music in the background, and you know, reading one precept and then saying this and saying that, and you know, Jake, man, truly is a supplanter, man. And our people are truly as sheep that are easily led astray, man. Because you know, you love to be in a dumb Salaki, I'm excited. You love to be in a remote-like state to be controlled. Okay? Nor handling the word of the Most High deceitfully. So, as it states in the book of Galatians 4, verse 16 to 26, one of those precepts, am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Yes. Because, as it also states in the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 9 on down, you want to be told lies. You want to be told deceits, because those lies and those deceits, they give you comfort. They give you a false a belief of hope. Because a lot of you Israelites, you don't want to be held accountable for your errors and your evil deeds and the unrighteous things that you commit. You don't want to be held accountable or have to, transition and change. You want to do things how you see fit. Okay? But by manifestation of the truth, condemning ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of the Most High. And that's what we do, man. We put the guilt in you because we tell you what's the real deal. We tell you the truth. And that's true love. Okay? But, people like this, you'll have Jake that'll fight for this man. You'll have Jake, well, we don't know. You'll have these stupid niggas literally say, well, we don't know if he did it. Where's the evidence? Where's this? Where's that? And even if they show you a video of him in this store doing that, you'll still take up for him. You'll put money on his books. You know why? Because you're evil. You're wicked. You don't see nothing wrong with nothing that's done here in this society because you indulge. You partake. It's exciting to you to be evil and wicked and have a corrupted mind, a corrupted spirit. Okay? Because again, the Lord did not give y'all... Man, let's read the precepts. I just quoted it again. Let's grab it. Let's go ahead and grab it real quick. I think this is it. I think it's Sirach 15 verse... Yep, Khan. Sirach 15 verse 20. He have commanded no man to do wickedly. Okay, because this is wicked. Now, you don't know when he was doing this stuff to this woman, which is just... It's completely fucking wicked, period. Period. It's wicked. Okay, it's wicked as hell. This dude is a predator, man. But again, he has a mentality to believe that he can get away what he's doing and have no repercussions for it. And to literally to be a former pastor, whatever, and to literally have, and again, it shows you that to be a so-called pastor, reverend, deacon, whatever it may be in this society, man, you're just, to be clear, blunt, and straight to the point, you're just full of shit. It's just another hustle, a money grab. Because again, Jake is a supplanter. To chuck and jive, make people feel good. Fake the funk. Because a lot of these damn churches, majority of them is 90% women in the church, and that's another reason. So Wadi Habah Shem Yahushua, he's probably had success with him being in church and him in his position. He probably had a lot of interactions with women and did things, and it built his confidence to think he would be able to do shit like that, so like in public. Okay. So again, Sirach 15 verse 20, he have commanded no man to do wickedly, neither have he given any man license to sin. Because again, the church, the 501c3 slave plantation, Edomite supremacy church tells you, you don't have to take heed to any of the guidelines, the laws, the commandments of the Lord. You're free to do whatever you want. So basically, they're telling you that you can commit transgressions, you can continuously commit errors, and be rebellious against the Lord, but all you got to do is come back to this church, pay your tithes, and just say you believe in JC. You're good. That's basically what they're telling you. All these churches is just a damn concert that you continuously pay for money for each track. Are we gonna have another selection? This is gonna be the tithe selection for the house. Are we going to have another selection, but this is going to be the food selection for the event we got going on the next 3 months? Or we're going to bring up another track that we've been practicing on, but we're going to bring another a tide collection for the pastor's gas to go to such and such to preach out there. Hey man, real talk. So, you know, we're not this is of the world, man. It's of the world, and we're not supposed to embrace things like this. We're supposed to condemn it. We're not supposed to exalt wickedness. We're supposed to prove what's acceptable to the Lord. And again, the Lord has given us the guidelines, the blueprint, okay, the format, how to do so. Okay, so let's close out because the point is made. I ain't gonna go too long on this. You know, I could have went another. I could have transitioned another way on this lesson, but you know, this is how the spirit saw fit. So I don't want to rock this eye. It's edifying, man. Okay. So this is Exodus. It's like Exodus on the mind. This is Ephesians. Chapter. I don't know why I ain't got these highlighted. I ain't read this in a while, but we're gonna read it now. This is Ephesians chapter 5, starting off at verse 9. For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and its truth. So there's no goodness and righteousness and damn sure not no truth in this effeminate, long-haired, so-called former pastor. To be honest with you, this right here is a nigger. This is a nigger. You can tell this is a nigger. Look at the mugshot. You can tell this is a nigger. And you know, Salakia for the terms and the words, but you know, hey man, that's what it is, man. This right here, okay, it says count 1, assault with intent to commit a felony. Counts 2 to 12, peeping Tom, misdemeanor. So you mean to tell me that this man right here, I don't know if he has a woman or not, but you mean to tell me that if you had interest in the woman, you couldn't just walk up to the woman, start up a conversation, and if the woman didn't want to interact with you, she didn't see, you know, because these women know whether or not in the first 30 seconds of seeing you, even if you don't say anything, if they want to deal with you. So you couldn't do things the right way? Nope, couldn't, because he's wicked. But again, Ephesians 5 verse 19, for the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and in truth, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And guess what? This ain't acceptable. This is not something that, you know, we're supposed to be doing. You know, you're supposed to be doing what's pleasing and desirable and according to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And you're supposed to abstain from all appearances of evil, man. From all appearances of evil. And this is a damn sure a great appearance of evil, because more than likely the woman probably called the police on this dude, and more than likely she probably pulled out her camera phone and got a picture of him, because as you're going to see coming up, they're going to show him getting arrested at his bayath, which means your house. Okay, so continuing on, Ephesians 5 verse 10, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. So that's what we do. We reprove the unfruitful works of darkness, and we don't have any accounts. We're not in league with them. We don't, interact with them. We don't do nothing but, you know, condemn them, reprove them, rebuke them. Everything that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah told us to do, man. And you know, this world is completely just, you know, a cesspool of perverseness, man. Everything about this world besides this truth is corrupted, contaminated, disgusting, polluted, just vile, man. Okay? But again, you're not going to see VOCAB Malone, the street apologist, or any other wacky tacky slave plantation Christian. Okay, JD Snakes. Okay, none of these other so-called preachers and pastors in these churches condemn this. You ain't gonna see them speak on this, man. Okay, but hey, man, it just shows you that this place is falling, and everything about this damn place, especially that 501c3 churches, man, it's a hoax. Okay, it's just a hustle. So I don't want to rot this out. I hope and I pray that this is edifying, uplifting, and they got niggas as pastors now. This is a nigga right here. I don't want to rot this out. I hope and I pray that this is edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true sincere Aki and Wa Akwaf. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.